The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hey, listen, just today I had to ask a family member to forgive me for something I'd done wrong, and the response was, "Oh, I love you so much." And I said, "Nope, I know that already. What I need is for you to say I forgive you." See, when we just kind of brush aside the straight apology and need for forgiveness with something like, it's not a big deal, it's okay, oh man, you're great, thanks. What we do is deny ourselves the fact that we were hurt, and we deny real deeper reconciliation and the power that comes when you release someone. Don't bypass any of that for the sake of smoothing things over and kind of pretending nothing really went wrong, you know? Jesus said, forgive 70 times, 7 times. Really do it. Really forgive. There's an incredible spiritual power to it.
Man. You know why that's funny to me? Nobody really wants to do that. Nobody's going to forgive that many times. Why is your forgiveness on a timer? Right? You have a forgiveness quota. That's one. Keep messing up. You got a forgiveness quota? Listen, if you can't forgive a person more than 3 times, imagine how many times you haven't forgiven yourself. You'd be surprised how many people I talk to that talk about their relationship with themselves. This one brother in the cigar lounge said, I would never treat anybody as bad as I treat myself. I said, what? I said, oh, you think it's not seeping out. The bad treatment you give yourself is seeping out into that relationship. Don't ever get it twisted. It's like the slime in Ghostbusters. That slime is on the move in that relationship. Don't ever think different. Please understand, man, to error is human, to forgive is divine. The essential art of loving, living, and learning. Right? Relationships are deep, they are intricate, and they can be problematic, right? Now, being problematic and having problems are 2 different things. All relationships are going to have problems. They become problematic when we don't have the necessary skills or tools to be able to work through that. Forgiveness stands as both a radical act of power and a deeply spiritual practice at its core. Forgiveness challenges our most fundamental concepts of self, ego, and justice. It asks us to relinquish the narratives we tightly grip, born out of wounded pride or the need for control, and instead embrace the uncomfortable yet transformative possibility of personal liberation. This is why I'm so upset about what's happening in the YouTube and podcast space. Every relationship specialist needs a villain, and their audience must be the victims. And what I'm trying to tell you is that villain-victim dynamic is on a pendulum. and on a spectrum, and it's swinging back and forth within the very person we're dealing with, right? Both people. This is what makes us human. We are both villain and victim. We are both good and evil. We are both right and wrong. We are both kind and mean. You ain't never met a person that was 100% of one or the other. And when you meet a 100% mean person, they might be dark triad. These are, I don't think you meet them every day. Okay? This is why, and then if you blanket license everybody as a member of the dark triad, this is why the term narcissist has been thrown around so much. Oh, you must be a narcissist. No, I'm a human being that does things you don't like. How about that? Hey, I'm a human being who could be petty. Guess what? You say something about me, I might retaliate. How about that? That doesn't make me a narcissist. Oh, I'm a human being. Oh, I have difficulty regulating my emotions. I might pop off. So be careful. Tread lightly. How about that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, tonight's topic, how to be with a human being. You're going to be with one regardless. But how can you be with them? My good friend Hustle from Miami-Dade County, you already know what it is, Miami, Florida, in the building. He was cooking. I want to get his final thoughts on this. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I got a Hustle hot take since you just said something.
Mm-hmm.
For the people, like when you say forgive 3 times, 7 times, 8 times, maybe you shouldn't.
7 times 7?
Whatever it is, maybe you shouldn't. What are you forgiving? If what you're forgiving is in alignment with where you want to go, you should only forgive it once, and you shouldn't have to forgive it again.
I like it. Keep going.
You know. Now, that's just my hot take. I don't want to get too derailed because we was talking about the reflection thing, so I'm going to just say this.
That's all right.
These people, right? These people that are doing these things like lack of consideration, whatever it is you're dealing with, maybe the reflection is to show you how great you are.
Yeah, I believe like that's a deep thought, and you got to unpack it a little bit. I believe that the reflections you get from your partner are holographic. What does that mean? I believe that holographic reflection, holograph, hologram, whole, grapha, writing, the whole story. They don't just reflect back a piece of you, they reflect back all of you. So when you say, they might be reflecting back how great you are, that is in fact true. But they're also reflecting how you're inconsiderate to yourself.
Yes.
Let me give you an example of that. If you got negative self-talk going on, right? That's a self-betrayal, right? If you are internally critical of yourself, you're tearing yourself down, right? That's self-betrayal, right? Do you understand? If there's anything in you that is unhealed, so that's everybody. And when I say unhealed, I'm not talking about the person that is in the process, right? Because that's going to be manifested back too. The work you've put in to heal is going to be reflected back to you as well. But if you got somebody that refuses to look at those wounds, refuse to deal with those wounds, in much the same way as Carl Jung explained, people do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid looking at themselves. If you're dealing with that kind of person, the person in your life is reflecting that ideation back to you. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everybody to thank themselves.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Hustle Habit. Y'all know who he is. He's my guy, man, my brother. We appreciate it. Guess what you just did, man?
Dade County.
Dade County, Miami in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. All you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. Theo, what is this? Charleston, South Carolina. Get in here.
Let's get it, because, hey, Hustle just drop the bomb.
Hustle be dropping bombs. What are you talking about? Hustle
like,
drops
real,
bombs. Come on.
Yeah, big time. But no, so like, I mean, you couldn't have laid it out no better than that, honestly. So as I look at the relationship that I modeled, 58 years of marriage, 58 years, good and bad, roller coaster ride. And probably a lot of toxicity. But on the surface level, from what I got to see, it's the greatest thing that I've ever mirrored. So now that I'm in the field of dating and trying to find whatever it is that I believe I want, I guess what I messed up at is mirroring the one person that was there, and like, why aren't you like grandmother? Why aren't you like grandfather? So their relationship turned from their relationship to her relationship. It was like, Mama, you're supposed to be showing me something here, man. There's a lot going on here that's not aligning to what I want from my grandmama and grandfather. They are the model. But I'm not necessarily getting that because I understand Dad's gone. Mom's doing the best that she can. So all I can get from that situation is, I guess, in a sense, toxicity. So when I go into me going to find a mirror of myself, the copycat is that of my mother. And on the surface level, though, it looks beautiful.
Wait,
the beginning.
Let me be clear.
It looks beautiful in the beginning.
Let me be clear. Are you saying that your mother and father had a perfect marriage and everything was good? Grandparents. That's who raised you, the grandparents, right?
Pretty much.
All right. And they had a great marriage, 58 years, and you took their template into your adult relationships, and they've been problematic. Is that what you're telling me?
In a sense, because grandmother and grandfather, like I say, you don't get the 58 years of marriage and everything just be a roller coaster all the way to the top. No. I know that there were ups and downs, right? Mm-hmm. And I got to see bits and pieces of it, but not on no downhill where it's like, oh my God, there's no bottom.
So you do. Let me just hit you with this. Like, the spiritual piece is you're always going to get that which is holographic in relationship. What does that mean, Zoe? Mm-hmm. You're going to get a holographic experience. You're going to get a whole story experience. When you look at a hologram, a photo, right, holographic film, if I take a picture of an apple with holographic film, right, what you're going to see on that film are ripples, like as if I threw a handful of pebbles into a pond. You're going to see centrifugal ripples, right? Circles, circular ripples, right? Overlapping, interfering with each other. Waves, so to speak, right? Now, if I get a source of light and I flash the light into the holographic film, what I'm going to see is a three-dimensional image of the apple. Now, this is what's unique about holographic film. If I take the same holographic film and I chop that holographic film, cut it up into 1,000 pieces, do you know every piece of that film, when illuminated, will have a three-dimensional image of an apple? So that means the image is non-local. Do you understand? The image is non-local. It's all over the film. It's in every fiber of the film. Just because you didn't see the drama don't mean you weren't imbued with the drama by being in the environment. This is what I mean by a holographic relationship. Your whole story is written all over you. So they may have kept you from seeing certain things, but you didn't need to see it in order for it to be imprinted upon your being. This is why you're having a difficult time in relationship. Now, back in the day, parenting was different. The progressive way to do it is everybody going to therapy. We doing devotionals and we going to therapy, right? And we're going to be transparent about our shortcomings, listen, as works in progress, as human beings. Nah, they were governed by social game rules, i.e. gender roles. That's kids stay in the kid place. What we do and our difficulty, they ain't got nothing to do with that. Keep that from them. Thinking that they're actually keeping it from you. But no, they're in, listen, you think your grandmama wasn't mad at your grandfather for something egregious that he did and had to come into your presence with a performative mask on? And vice versa.
I agree.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. So like, I out of that, right? I'm gonna get to my relationship now. The image of what I've tried to model with the person that I'm with has recognized, oh my goodness, this person is my mirror. Good and bad, especially on the bad. But what I've been trying to implement on top of the relationship is, like you was just talking about, forgiveness. I'm talking about, it don't matter what it is. Empathy.
Theo, but I know you.
Being able to have that, Zoe, that's
I know
that's
you,
a real
Theo.
thing.
I know you.
Zoe?
I know
Come
you.
on, Zoe, that's a real thing, though.
It is. I know you. But I feel your anxious, preoccupied attachment style rearing its ugly head. I know you. Brother, you want forgiveness for reconciliation, for coming together. Where there is coming together for you, there is a feeding of your attachment wound, which is acknowledgement, acceptance, worthiness. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not wanting forgiveness for yourself's sake, meaning I forgive you, which is a releasing, a letting go. I'm letting this go. You are not on the hook for anything. I forgive you. The debt is paid. You're at zero. And I want nothing. Remember the Krishnamurti clip we played a couple weeks ago where he says it? He says it. He says, I love you, but I want nothing from you. You, Theo, you're not there. You want something. So guess what? Psychologically transactional. We got to work on forgiveness. Because if we forgive each other, we have a better chance of being together, and I'm not losing my wound's source of supply. Anxious, preoccupied has a worthiness wound, has a I'm not enough wound. When you work it out with me, you make me feel like I'm enough, like I'm worthy. Are you hearing me, Theo?
Isn't that?
No, you stay right there. No, I want you to stay right there. I want you to marinate on what I'm saying. When I come forward, me and Theo go lock horns again.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tabitha Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Day is long and the night is yours alone. When you're sure you've had enough of this life, hang on.
Everybody hurts.
Don't let yourself go.
Everybody hurts. My playlist is the humanity playlist tonight. Man, I just said, man, forget the clips. I'm going to come straight because we got work to do tonight because I'm working with my brother. Forgiveness as a mirror, right? The psychological wounds behind unhealed trauma. To understand the radical act of forgiveness, we must first examine the deep-seated psychological wounds that often necessitate it. Unhealed trauma festers in the psyche like a wound that has been bandaged but never cleaned. These traumas, rooted in childhood neglect, betrayal, or abandonment, become the lens through which we experience all future adult relationships. John Bowlby's attachment, theory suggests that the earliest bonds we form with caregivers lay the foundation for how we understand love, trust, and intimacy. When these bonds are broken or damaged, the resulting wounds can create patterns of distrust and emotional guardedness that poison our ability to forgive others. Now, Krishnamurti's teachings on self-awareness challenge us to look beyond these psychological wounds. How? When they hurt. Damn, the wound hurt on its own. It happened to me. Now I got to be vulnerable, and the word vulnerable means wound. So, okay, that's what Rumi meant when he said, the wound is where the light enters. What is light? Illumination. You think you're going to be illuminated at no cost? No. Humans are illuminated by way of their humanity, i.e. their flaws, i.e. their failures, i.e. their shortcomings. When you fall, you have an opportunity to learn from falling. Watch a baby. That's how a baby learn how to walk through falling. Do you understand? Theo.
All right, right here.
Theo, do you see what you're doing to yourself? Do you see what your wound is doing to you? Go back. Who made you feel like you weren't enough? When was the first time that you felt like, I'm talking about in childhood, not in adulthood. When was the first time you felt, I'm not enough?
That's heavy.
But that's where the work is. It's not in this woman.
But I feel like I should be past that point of I'm 40 plus.
Chronological age ain't got nothing to do with childhood wounds. I'm not going to let you do it. You are a 48-year-old kid right now, spiritually. At whatever age that happened, do you understand? That's how old you are. Mm-hmm. That's how old your love is. That's how old your spirit is. Do you understand? Right?
Right.
Now, your spirit is way much older, but that's an anchor in your spirit that keeps you anchored to that age. Do you see?
Yeah, I do see that part.
Now, I'm asking you, when?
So,
tell me, when was the first time you felt like you weren't enough? Who made you feel that way? Who made you stuff your feelings down inside? When did it happen?
I was probably like 6, probably.
Do you see? What did it feel like? Can you go back to that moment? Are you in that moment?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that on the air. I'm not going to do that on the air.
Yeah. You see? Yeah. And guess what you're doing to her? You want her to heal it by conforming and comporting herself to the demands of your wounds. Stay right there. We coming right back. When we come forward, I'm going to finish up with Theo.
Feel like letting go.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A tentative deal has reportedly been reached to end the strike that shut down East Coast and Gulf ports. CNN says 50,000 members of the International Longshoremen's Association will return to work on Friday. The strike, which began Tuesday, had halted the unloading of cargo ships and disrupted U.S. exports. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is making it clear that anyone not sharing his vision of transforming the public school system must go. Johnson, who is black, spoke before the media saying he was elected to fight for the people of the city, and whoever is in the way, get out of it. It appears that Chicago Public Schools CEO Pedro Martinez got in the way when he and the school board refused the mayor's request to secure a short-term high-interest loan to pay for a new teacher contract. Some aldermen agree that the loan was not a good idea, but they believe Martinez must come up with a plan on revenue options. questions. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hey Amazon Prime members, why pay more for groceries? Shop Prime exclusive deals at your local Amazon Fresh grocery store and get a bag of 4 avocados for $2.99. Get deals on thousands of grocery items and save up to 50% on weekly favorites. Find an Amazon Fresh store near you. Select varieties.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader. Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Tips to help improve basic steps for building a budget in 2024. Building a budget can help you achieve and reach your financial goals. With a budget, you can keep track of your spending, avoid and get out of debt, limit overspending, pay bills on time, and build solid savings habits. What's the best way to get started? Figure out how much to set aside for expenses, like rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, and entertainment. Understanding your past financial habits can help you make the proper adjustments for your budget. Adjusting to a budget can take time as you work to find the right balance, but keep working on it. For more financial health tips, visit chase.com or stop by a local branch. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A son's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
My playlist is my co-host. Come on, man. Let the beat drop. Go ahead.
Make a change. Na, 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of
Mike was telling y'all. Y'all thought Mike was playing. He told y'all. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. He told the truth. A lot of us have been, man. Listen. You're going to find out that your relationship with another will only go as far or to the degree of the relationship you have with yourself. You're going to see it. Theo, get in here, man. Let me rap you real quick, bro.
Yeah, so when you understand what I mean when I say mental parties. I'm gonna be real quick about it. Like, as a child, most people have created alter ego. Mine is internal. It's already there.
Right.
So
Gemini, I get it.
that part of me, exactly. So
But
the part of
no,
me that
I'm
says,
not
man,
going to let you
let
off
that
the
go.
hook. I'm not going to let you off the hook. The place I took you to, brother, and I took you there out of love. You said around 6 years old, man, you better get in that journal. You better go hook up with one of these beautiful sisters that are clinically trained, that are, psychologists. You can even call into these sisters' shows, man. You can call into.
So how does that help me fix me though? I don't see it. I don't see how that helps me fix
What
me.
I'm saying is, brother, you can book a session with somebody and
Right.
get consistent with it and go to work on yourself. Listen, you know what the work is? A lot of people say work, go to work. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. Do you know what the crux of the work is really about? And many people have, they'll say, oh, I have a strategy. But really, it's probably some type of something you fill out, some type of questionnaire, some type of journaling, some type of action that is to be taken. But really, do you know what it is at the very end of it, at the bottom of the barrel? You know what? It's accepting yourself as you are and not judging yourself and not condemning yourself. That's really the foundation of all of it. It's not your fault. A shifting in perspective. Oh, I am enough. So me thinking I wasn't enough was a spiritual lie that I accepted when I was 6. You could say psychological lie for the clinician, right? For the atheist who don't believe in spirituality. It was a psychological lie that you accepted.
Okay.
Do you see? Like that, it's really self-acceptance as you are. Can you look at what's ugly about your spirit and be okay with it? Without judgment, without trying to change it, without trying to move away from the uncomfortability that it may present to you. Can you do that?
Acceptance. That's how I defined it.
But you've turned self-acceptance into external performance, meaning this is how you got to show up. This is what I need. When in fact, self-empathy, self-reciprocity, I love me despite what happened. And what happened isn't the end of my story. And what happened was written in spiritual pencil. I can erase it. I can rewrite it. I can cast myself from victim to victor, right? You have the power. Oh, but I love them. And they meant so much to me, and they helped me, and they had a beautiful relationship, and it wasn't yours. But you took what was theirs, consciously and subconsciously, and took it into your adult relationship, and it became problematic. You got to break up with all of the energy that you modeled in childhood. Psychological, emotional, mental, physical, right? You got to break up. That's the real breakup you need to have. And all of the relationships that are cycling into your life are giving you the opportunity to break up with it because it's welling up from your unconscious, coming to your conscious mind, and how you're conditioned, change, act, behave, do this. If we did that, if we did this, then guess what? We would work because you want them to work because your wounds are hungry.
Right.
Starve them with your empathy. Starve them with your acceptance. Starve them with your non-judgmental embrace. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Call in Monday, because I know you're going to have a relapse. Hey, you my brother. Listen, man. You better use this radio show. I will walk with you through this process, bro.
10 years straight, bro.
It's just, you hard-headed, too. I already know. Like, you don't want to. You like, if I just ask her to do this, like, I'm going to say it the way Zoe said it. And then if she do it, then I'm going to eventually get what I want. No, I don't want you to think that she's the source of it. I don't want you to think that that's where the answer is. I'm telling you, the answer is you.
Okay.
So call in Monday after the relapse over the weekend. Okay?
Will do.
Yo, Theo, man, it's all good. You brought Charleston, South Carolina in the building. Andy is telling me to take a quick, can I get one more? All right, here we go. John, Mountain View, get in here. My brother John, your brother John, Pastor John, where are the organs? Hey, what up, brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, wow. Greetings and blessings to everyone. My mind goes into a whole lot of different directions with this one, but I'll try and center it on this point here. Let me speak for just a minute, and then we'll get into forgiveness.
I got you. Go ahead.
One thing I've learned in this life is that it's a paradox. In order to heal, you must have to be hurt. In order to love, you must be broken open. In order to have the peace, you must have faced chaos in some way, shape, or form. Don't regret these things and these experiences in your life, because it always brings you balance. Now to that forgiveness portion.
Wait. When we come forward, let them marinate on that. When we come forward, we going back to Mountain View, Hawaii. Pastor John, he just told you something very powerful. Keep breaking your heart until it opens. That's what he said. When we come forward, more real, authentic talk from Pastor John.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long.
We're unapologetically progressive.
KBLA Talk 1580.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You can even just with impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains. Chevy Silverado, the first ever Silverado EV, Colorado and Tahoe have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, together let's drive. 0% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 9.3%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 10/31/24.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I give my love, I give my life, I give my body and mind. We were inseparable, I guess I gave you all of my time. Now you bleed inside the tea and you don't even know the score. Why can't you learn to play the game, baby? Don't you know that you need more? You need another lover, like you need a hole in your head. Baby, you know there ain't no.
Come on, man. My playlist is absolutely ridiculous tonight. Not Prince and Michael Jackson. Goodness gracious, man. We on fire tonight. And the playlist has been right in alignment with everything we've been talking about. I have my good friend on the phone, and I can say he's my friend. This is Brother John from Mountain View, Hawaii. I want you to finish what you were saying.
All right. The forgiveness portion.
Yes.
Yes. 70 times 7. That means it's a continual thing that you're going to have to doggone practice on to even be the person that you really want to be and see the individual bloom to other people. The only thing that's keeping you from doing it is the same repetition you do when you go to your job.
Well, they're getting a payoff at the job. People don't see relationships as a payoff unless they're getting something, right? That's the payoff.
But have you asked yourself for forgiveness for going to that job, going for fiat currency that you know ain't going to be beneficial to you when you die?
But they don't see that as a negative, John. You got to make them understand why that's a negative. To make yourself small, to minimize yourself, right? And to go get this money, and now you're in this cycle of, I got to keep doing it in order to maintain. So they're in a consciousness of maintenance. Right? And that makes sense to them. That's the payoff.
Sir, if I may push back.
Please, yes.
You're telling me at the point of, I listened to somebody else's voice to tell me to go ahead and do this, and you didn't look within yourself to see if you was doing it right or wrong?
Right. You're 100. Listen, I'm not in disagreement with you, John. I'm 100% in agreement with you. But most people do not see that as a self-betrayal. And they don't see.
I understand that they don't.
Yeah.
I understand. So let us be loud and boisterous and very clear on this point. Don't follow them.
Keep going. Keep going.
They're going to lead you to the hell you don't want to be in, and you're already there. Isn't it hot enough? Don't you want out of that?
No, because sometimes if you were born in hell, you look to get back with hell because it reminds you of home. Keep going.
But I've been in hell. Again, back to in order to have peace, you must have faced chaos side of the game. So again, if you love your chaos, then say that. We'll accept you.
Talk to me. If that's your truth, come on.
If that's your balance, if that's where you at, I love you regardless, but I'm not going there with you.
Nope. Nope. Oh, I love it.
So my portion of forgiveness is these. I do love you. I don't even have to know you to do that. I suffered it on a battlefield trying to prove it, and you still didn't understand it. I'm doing it now as the work that I got to do for myself so I can continue to be here. Why do I go work out? I'm 53.
Right.
But I need to do this for somebody. I know I do it for my family, for the hope of them understanding even what I do now. But I also do it for you too. Somebody's got to stand up and testify. Don't follow me!
John, guess what you just did?
Mountain View's in the house. Greetings and blessings.
Aloha! Mountain View is in the house. Let me get my final caller in here right now. My nephew, Nazarene X, man. Come on in. Atlanta, Georgia. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Nazarene X, is he there? Nazarene.
Oh, yeah, I'm in this thing. You know what I'm saying? My bad on you.
All right.
What do you want?
Yes. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
When the first thing that came to mind, jumped in like, sound like somebody gonna need to keep some memory banks uploaded and active and all that, because you ain't finna get to know nothing more than once if you forget. So all this forgetting type of thing is like, nah, baby girl, I'm gonna keep count. Tally up.
Right.
So, time, man, you stay rocking the present, you know. Ain't no thing, life goes on, man. That's that. Love to you. I just want to chime in with you. Voice for a reason, man. Love.
Come on, man. I love you too, nephew. We appreciate the call. You brought Atlanta, Georgia in the building, man. Thank you, bro.
Love on.
So, back to my point, or back to John's point. He mentioned something about Rumi. The great Rumi is a poet. Rumi said, you have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. And I know a lot of people are afraid of doing that, right? But that's par for the course for being a human being, right? You are limitless when it comes to your soul, right? But when it comes to your psyche, you are limited. What do I mean by that? Your psyche is a mind. The mind is contained by thought. Thought, intellect, ideas. These are verbal and mental constructs of reality. So you get locked into patterns and grooves, right? But the reality of it is your soul is infinite. This is why we look at love, which is infinite, which is spiritual, which is synonymous with God. Just those words mean nothing really. But because we have put them into a linguistic box, you remember language is symbols, letters, symbols. You put these sentences together and then, it conveys a meaning, right? But it's not the thing. This is why I mention him all the time, Alfred Korzybski, when he says the map is not the territory, right? A map can show you the topography, but you can't feel the terrain. You got to get down on the ground in order to feel the terrain, right? It can say, oh, well, yeah, this is a 44 degree or 45 degree incline right here. Right? But you don't know what a 45 degree incline feels like until you're on it. And oftentimes we'll take the word and we'll say that the word, you said you love me. And we'll take the word. Listen, I'm taking you at your word. Right? Word is bond. But it has to be reality. Anybody can say, I'm taking you at your word, or anybody can give their word, right? Anybody can give you their word. But can you feel the personification of their word in their presence? Do you see? Being human means being flawed. But having flaws means having opportunity to grow. Do you see how they're intimately connected? Flaws must be embraced. Limitations must be embraced. Right? We have to see it that way because that's how it works spiritually. Fall, trip, get up. Fall again, trip again, get up. Figure out how to get up more efficiently. I saw that clip of Kobe Bryant when he missed all of those shots when he was a young ball player, and people wanted to talk to him. He had his hands in his head, and they did the interview with him, and they was like, "Are you upset? Are you frustrated? Are you sad?" He said, "What does emotion got to do with it? I'm over here trying to figure out how and why I missed, and now I know how and why I missed, and I won't be missing anymore." You understand? He missed a lot of shots in his career, but he made a crap ton of them too. Anyway, I started the conversation. It's really up to you to finish it. I hope you enjoyed this week of shows. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I'll holler at you Monday with a whole nother set. Trust me, I got a lot to talk about.
Baby, we were born to run. Yes, girl, we were. When you let me in, I wanna be your friend. I wanna guard your dreams and visions. Just wrap your legs around these velvet rims and strap your hands across my engines.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest